Hello everyone, I am Erika of Beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Before we would start and before I would say anything important, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I would love to know if everything is all right. Oh, Mary, in the first comment already, she says, I can hear and see you. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mary. It's such a relief. Facebook user friend Cynthia, Marianne, welcome, ladies. Another Facebook user friend, Christine. So just a bit of background info to make it probably funny for you and to ease my tension. You were this close to witnessing a panic attack while doing my live video today, as just 10 minutes ago I discovered that I misplaced the material that I put together for today's lesson. And I just want to give you a nice handy advice. Never reorganize your beading room a day before you would need something important, because I'm 100% sure that that's something important. In this case, my mini kit and the sample bracelet, they will be waiting at a very nice, safe location, but it will not come to your attention and you will not notice it anywhere near when you really need that. So I spent the last 10 minutes by pulling together a new color combination that I'm going to read with you today. So now I'm like a bit still hyperventilating. But I think I'm ready. I hope you ladies are also ready. I was really looking forward to today's occasion. This week it is International Beading Week, organized by the Beadworkers Guild. You can see the little rainbow logo on top of the picture on my I don't know how does it appear to you, probably on my left. The camera is mirroring. So this is International Beading Week, and it is the busiest and nicest time of the year for all beaders, I would say. So the purpose of International Beading Week, it is of course to have fun together and to bead nice things, but also to share the word about beading, to raise awareness about this beautiful craft of ours. So please show off your jewelry. Be brave, ladies. Wear your beaded jewels wherever you go during the weekend. Please post a picture in the Beading School Club. Please post a picture on your own timeline, on your Instagram, whatever, you wearing some of your beautiful jewels. Not only because what you have accomplished to put together, it really deserves to see the light and to go on a walk with you, maybe to go for a drink or to a restaurant with you, but also because it is a wonderful way of maybe starting a nice little conversation about beadwork with a friend, or maybe it happens to me sometimes. I'm drinking my coffee in the cafe, I'm standing in the line in the supermarket, and some stranger next to me just start some small talk, whatever. So I can encourage you to do that. Don't be afraid to wear the big colorful pieces. Be proud of what you are capable of doing, because you are all so talented. And this year's International Beading Week is all about wildflowers. So every jewel that my fellow ambassadors of the International Beading Week prepared for you. They are inspired by wildflowers, and it's super nice to see all of them, like coming from different regions of the world. If you visit the group, the Facebook group of the International Beading Week, I posted the link a few days ago on the Beadingschool page, then you will find lots of nice pictures of jewels posted that are inspired by wildflowers, and also hear about all the events, workshops, classes. We are close to the end, but there are still 3 days of the International Beading Week waiting for you. So there is still a lot to do and participate in. In the meanwhile, lots of beaders joined us today. Louisa, Deb, Sherry, Margaret, Antoinette, Jessica, Corinne. Oh, thank you so much. Elena is here. Sharon is here. Irina, Honey, Kata, Natalie, Kara, Catherine, Jessica, Mary. Facebook user friends, Cynthia, Sandra, Wanda, Debbie, Miriam, Shanta, Gunel, Faye, Rachel, Orit, and some Facebook user friends. If you are watching from the Beading School Club, then it might happen that you did not give yet permission to my broadcasting program to see your name or face. So that's why I did not greet you personally. Otherwise, I love doing that. Also, hi, Nicolene. So, I hope you are having lots of fun during International Beading Week and participate in many events. And let's see, what do you need for today's TOSCANA bracelet? Indeed, happy International Beading Week, Elena. So you can already download the tutorial from either the usual no-one-has-to-bead-alone.com page on our at Beadingschool, or you can navigate directly to the free beading tutorial section. I really recommend visiting also the free beading tutorial section, because you can find there not only this year's TOSCANA pattern, but also the previous ones that I have designed for the International Beading Weeks since 2019 or 18, I think, by accident, everything inspired by flowers or like a mandala shape, and also some other gift tutorials that either me or my fellow creatives at Beading School prepared for you over the years. So while you are downloading the PDF tutorial to make it easier for you to follow today's workshop, then let's see that what do you need for the pretty bracelet that we can make together today. By the way, I made it into a bracelet, and once I finish my, once I can find my material again, once it resurfaces somewhere in the room after that big reorganization, I will finish my bracelet, but in fact I have already beaded some single motifs, and today I'm beading another one. And this motif can also be used, of course, as an earring or as a pendant or as a brooch. It's completely up to you. If you go to the last page of the PDF tutorial, then you can already find some ideas for the motif, but I'm sure that you will come up with 100 more, and I can't wait to see them all. Also, hi Constance, and hi Reinhilde in the meanwhile. So let's see, what do you need for the motif? This is the material list. I'm also switching to my hand camera now, so please give me a second to readjust my cameras and everything. And after I put on my hand camera and remove my face from the video, please let me know again if you can still hear me because I also need to switch my microphone. Thank you so much. Can you still hear me, ladies? Please let me know. And also, if you have any questions about the material list, then let me know. Corinne is asking how many units for regular bracelet. I wear a small size bracelet and I need 6 motifs for my bracelet, and I'm using, as you can see, a pretty wide clasp, so at least 6 motifs. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me. And let's move on to the material list. So first of all, for the focal component, I don't have my original here, but I have my other color. So for the middle, you need a 6mm PRECIOSA Suwon rhinestone. So the rhinestone sits in a little metal setting, and there are 2 holes running in a cross shape on the back of the metal. It comes in different sizes. You need the 6mm version for it. Today, my colleagues added a big bunch of new colors for this, including, for example, hyacinth, and let's see what else is there. Rose, Patparaja, light peach, red velvet, light sapphire, amethyst, black diamond for some neutral colors, topaz, jonquil. So there are a big bunch of new colors available now. They come in a silver or a gold colored setting, so you can match it to the rest of your beadwork. And so that sits in the middle, the Preciosa Suwon rhinestone. And then the other big beads that you need for the motif are the 9 times 9mm big lily flowers. These are Czech pressed glass beads, and out of all the flower-shaped beads, I think these are my favorites. I love the little edgings on the top and at the bottom on the flat sides. They just make the little flowers seem so lifelike, I would say. Sometimes the etchings, they are not colored in addition, like with this jade full AB, but sometimes there is an additional color, sometimes blending in, sometimes a neutral, sometimes totally accenting the base color. These little lily flowers, they have only 1 hole, so we need to fix them from the back and make sure that they will not turn around. They will be supported with some MIYUKI slender bugle beads, mostly visible from the back, but also a little bit on the edges. By the way, I'm still writing an article about all the flower-shaped beads and some general tips on securing them. Unfortunately, I'm still a little bit slower after having COVID last week, so please apologize. Please accept my apology for being a little bit slower in putting it together. I need to still make some illustrations and insert the photos, but it's coming together. So, material list. After the lilies, you will also need some 3mm bicone beads. I use the Preciosa ones, and in the motif itself, you will need 1 color, and for the connections, you can use the same color or an accenting color. I'm showing the just a second. This one, I'm showing the original one, so you can see that in this one I have the violet matte in the connections. Besides the 3mm Preciosa beads, I also used some true to fire polished beads in the connections, but actually that's where you can regulate the length of your bracelet a bit by adding bigger or smaller beads in between the motifs. You will also need some MIYUKI half TILA beads. I love the MIYUKI TILA family. And then I mentioned already the MIYUKI slender bugles, and from the seed beads you will need size 15 and 11 MIYUKI round seed beads. The size 11s, by the way, are completely hidden, so you can use up some leftovers. And you also need some MIYUKI delicas in size 11. You can use one color of the MIYUKI delicas 11, or you can use two colors for giving a little bit of accent. As you can see here, for example, there are some light gold ones in between the metallic rhubarb. So it's up to you, a little extra feature. So, and hi Lutka in the meanwhile. So, do you have any questions about the material list? I am using, by the way, my usual tulip beading needle in size 11 and my 4LB 0.12 millimeter FIRELINE in black satin. If you don't have any questions, then I'm putting the illustration on the screen, so you can also see it in big. And let's start beading. Let's start with the 6 millimeter PRECIOSA Suwon rhinestone, 4 pieces of size 11 MIYUKI seed beads, some size 15s, and the MIYUKI slender bugle beads. So I start by picking up the 6 millimeter Suwon rhinestone. Afterwards, I add a size 11 round seed bead, a bugle, a size 15, another bugle, and another size 11 seed bead. And I'm crossing now the PRECIOSA Suwon rhinestone through the second hole. When I pull my thread, then you can see this V shape forming on one corner of the corner, about 1/4 of the PRECIOSA Suwon rhinestone. And we will be adding 4 of these V shapes, while they will be joined always through the same size 11 round MIYUKI seed bead. Judith is asking for the size of the MIYUKI bugles. It's a 6 millimeter MIYUKI slender bugle bead. So after, sorry, a sip of water. If you go to no1has2beadalone.com, then you can find all the details about the material list. So now, after exiting the second hole of the PRECIOSA, I pick up another round 11, a bugle, size 15 round seed bead, and another bugle. And now I don't pick up the second size 11 seed bead. Instead, I use the very first one that I have added, and I also cross through the first hole of the PRECIOSA Suwon rhinestone, but this time in the opposite direction. So as you can see, now I have two of these V shapes forming around the Preciosa Suvan rhinestone. Please let me know how is this going, because this might be a little bit tricky to understand. Meanwhile, I will start showing you the second picture, but please let me know if it's going all right. I want to make sure that you are on track. If there are no questions, then I will pick up the fourth, last round 11 MIYUKI seed bead, a bugle, round 15, and another bugle. And I bead through round 11 the Preciosa Suvan rhinestone and the round 11 on the other side. Oh, sorry, not through the round 11 yet, just the Preciosa Suvan rhinestone. I don't want to confuse you. Oh, sorry, I confused myself. Indeed, you go through the round 11. This was just the third V shape. And now you pick up a bugle, round 15, and another bugle. And I complete this part by beading through the round 11 and the Preciosa. So when I pull my thread, then this is how the motif should look like. It's like a mini star with 4, how do you call it, points, I think. Okay, I'm glad that this is clear. Please keep me updated. How is it going for you? In step 3, I'm sorry, there was actually an additional step here that I forgot to copy to this version of the instructions, but you have it in the PDF. So I will just show it. So before going to step 3, you have it actually in your PDF. I just don't have it on screen. We want to connect the bugle beads to each other. So I bead all around the motif, only through the bugles and the round 15s on the corners. So I pull together the bugle beads. Trying to keep everything tight. Now the third side. And the fourth. And I want to end up in the Preciosa rhinestone again. To start step 3. By the way, it was funny, I think Terry in the club asked, she beaded already a motif that does this little star from the bugles, this inner star, has a function? Because it's actually not attached to the rest. And actually it doesn't. But somehow the motif evolved this way when I was designing it. And I just really, really like the look of the motif from the back, how there are two stars, one in the other, the small in the big one. So I did not adjust the motif, but left the small star on the back because I think it's super nice when there are these additional hidden extras in a motif. It just makes it a little bit special, I think. I hope you like it. So, and now, please let me know if you are doing okay. I will be adding groups of seed beads between the holes of the rhinestone still. So the groups of seed beads will be one round 15, then 2 DELICA beads in my first color, and one more round 15. So all together, 4 seed beads. I'm exiting the rhinestone, not the round 11, and I bead through the other hole of the rhinestone. Be careful when you are doing this because the thread can be damaged if you pull it through the metal in such a way. And continue adding the groups of size 15, DELICA, DELICA, size 15, all around the motif. I have my third group. And my fourth group. This is how it looks like at the moment. Let me know how is it going for you before we would continue. In step 4, we will be adding some more seed beads all around. So don't bead anymore through the bugles or through the size 11s, but after crossing the Preciosa Swan rhinestone, bead through a size 15 and a DELICA, please. Now I pick up another DELICA in the same color and continue through the DELICA and round 15. Here I will be adding the second color of the DELICA bead. It will nestle above the round 11. So I picked up my second color and I bead through round 15 and MIYUKI DELICA. And I do the same all around, always adding the same DELICA in between 2 DELICA beads and adding the accenting DELICA in between 2 round 15s. And while I'm doing this, and hopefully you are too, I would love to ask you a question. Did it ever happen to you that you could attract one of your friends to try beading and join you with your hobby? For me, actually, I did not succeed in many times. Somehow, my friends that I did not meet through beading, but from school or something else, then they already probably have other hobbies, and I don't find it easy to attract them to try beading, even if they like my beaded jewelry, and sometimes they get them as gifts. But I think they are very afraid. I actually have a friend here in Amsterdam who tried it. She came with a very specific request. What does she want to bead that she saw from me on social media? And she did a great job. It was a very advanced project, but come on, she's an engineer, so she mastered it right away. But afterwards, she did not want to continue for some reason. So I'm curious, what's your experience? So one of her Facebook user friends says, yes, my mom actually. That's so nice. Oh, sharing a hobby with your mom. Honey says, once, but it did not take long. And Wanda also says, not yet. I just started beading a few months ago and haven't really shared it. I see. I see. Well, once you get into it and you start sharing it with your friends, you will recognize that it's not such an easy job to attract someone. So the mission of International Beading Week and the Guild, it is a hard one, but every time you wear your jewels or every time that you bead in public, you give it a chance. So don't give up. By the way, I finished step 4 in the meanwhile, and I'm now exiting the first Delica in accenting color that I added. Corinne says, not even my daughter. That's so funny. Deb, yeah, I think you are completely right. That is also what I hear. Everyone says it looks too hard and the beads are too tiny. And Sherry says, both of my sisters tried beading for a while, but they have so many other interests. Oh my God. Yeah. Elena, yes, once it succeeded, I have involved my sister in small masterclass to join with me, and she liked it and continued further. Elena, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Christine also says, not so many, it's too small the material. Cynthia says, I agree, none of my family or friends don't do this either. Such a shame, by the way, but I really hope that if we don't give up, we will succeed. Please keep on typing in your experiences. Also, if you have an idea on how to raise awareness about beading, how to attract your friends and family members to try it. But in the meanwhile, I will explain step 5. So, step 5, I will actually at first bead through the round 15 that is next to the accenting, after the accenting color of Delica. And I will add my first half TILA bead. I will need 4 pieces altogether. So I pick up my half TILA. Be careful because one side of the half TILA is bumpier than the other. One side is flat, one side is bumpy. So I want my bumpy side to be at the top. And after I picked this up, I bead through round 15, Delica round 15, and 2 of the Delicas in my first color. So I am exiting the Delica that is in the middle of the group of 3. And now it's time to pick up my first lily flower. Yay! So I pick up the lily flower. I pick up a Delica in my first color. I let them down through, let them fall through my thread. And then I bead back through my lily. I arrange it in a way that the Delica sits nicely on the top and everything is tight. And then I bead one more time through the Delica that I exited before picking up the lily, and then through one more delica, round 15 delica, and the other round 15, and then I can continue adding MIYUKI half tilas and lilies in the same way. Please let me know if you would like me to explain it in a different way or one more time. I would love doing it to make sure that you understand what's going on. In the meanwhile, let's see what other readers say. Bonnie says, have been beading for 35 years, have many beading friends, love what you create. Thank you so much, Bonnie. I'm also lucky to have lots of beading friends, but it's very specific because when I made those friends, then I was already a beader, they were already beaders, so we met as beaders, but I could not turn any of my non-beading friends into beading friends. I find it challenging. Leah says, I wear beads to work, and now some of us bead during lunch hour. Oh my God, Leah is our hero. Leah is the hero of the day. Congratulations. If I had a trophy, I would send it to you. That's so beautiful. Oh my God, you made me happy with sharing that experience. Oh, Irina also. Irina says, my little daughter. That's beautiful. How old is she? Miriam, or musician or talented musician. She says, in one of my orchestra, I got a beading friend. Together with her, we gather with some interesting other orchestra player. Last Monday, International Beading Week, we met again with three of them. One is really talented, but all of them do not have enough time for it. Indeed, indeed. It is a time-consuming hobby, and it is a beautiful hobby. And if others are already attracted to something else, then yeah, it's challenging to move them towards beading. I did my best with Adam, my husband and or IT guy at Beading School, but I think the reason why he's not beading anymore is the flight simulator he's playing. Not at all because he finds it too challenging and boring, but okay, not boring, but like it's not for him. But still, I blame the flight simulator. Or it says, my son tried when he was a little boy, but it was too difficult for him. Constance says, my granddaughter did when she was 22 months old. Now she's 16 and too many other interests to take the time to bead. Robin, my good friend Lori started by stringing beads and now she's making pen wraps for her grandkids. That's so nice too. Shona, I'm doing it again in a sec. Thanks for asking. And Irina says she's 10. So, for Shona and everyone, I'm exiting the group of round 15, Delica round 15. Now I pick up a half tila bead and I repeat the thread pass through round 15, Delica round 15, but I also continue through two of the Delica beads in the first color. When I pull my thread, then the half tila will get close to the round 15, Delica round 15. And now I can add the lily flower. I pick up the lily flower and I pick up another Delica in my first color. I arrange them so they sit where they are supposed to be, and then I bead back through the lily flower. Pull my thread, and now I bead through the middle Delica bead, the next Delica in the same color, and then round 15, Delica round 15 to get into position to add the next half TILA bead. Shona, how did you find this? Was it okay how I explained this? I'm doing it for the third time now. Still slow, showing it slow. So I'm exiting the group of round 15, DELICA round 15. I pick up my half TILA and I bead one more time through round 15, DELICA round 15, and also through 2 DELICA beads out of the group of 3. Okay, Shona says she got it. Wonderful. So I pull my thread again, and now the MIYUKI sits nicely next to the Japanese seed beads. I pick up my third lily, and I pick up a DELICA. I arrange them where they're supposed to go. I bead back through the lily. And then DELICA, DELICA, round 15, DELICA, round 15. I attach the fourth half TILA. And again, I move into position to add the fourth lily. Manuela is asking, and actually I just realized it. Is there a special reason why you don't bead through the TILA twice as shown in the tutorial? Because I forgot. Also, I'm sorry. I'm still actually a bit unfocused due to the stress at the beginning with not finding my beads. But also, if you pull your thread tight, then it's not 100% necessary to go through the TILA beads, but that's for additional security. It's up to you, actually. If you feel the TILA is sitting already nice and tight there, then you don't have to go through the TILA, half TILA twice. But if it's not 100% tight yet, then I recommend beading through the half TILA twice. Hi Yoshinozo, good to see you. So here I'm showing how it is supposed to look like from the front after adding everything. Finish my stitch. Tara, hi Tara. Can you show us the back of the piece? Of course, gladly. So this is how my work in progress piece looks like at the moment. And this is how the finished piece will look like from the back. Yeah, Corinne says Corona has that influence too. It will pass. I really hope so. I really hope so, Corinne. I still feel the after effects. And Martina says in the meanwhile, hi Martina. I got a good friend of mine into beading. We beaded together for many years. Unfortunately, she cannot bead anymore because of health problems. She gave me her bead stash. That was so nice. Every birthday, I let her choose one of my handmade jewels. Oh wow, what a nice story, Martina. I'm sorry that she can't bead with you anymore, but still connecting through your finished jewels. That is such a nice way. And hi, Marta. Good to see you. So, by the way, talking about connections, we have a summer regime in the Beading School Academy these weeks. So we don't have a lunch break room every week. However, tomorrow we do have Beading School Academy lunch break room. So Zuzi can't wait to see you tomorrow for the lunch break. make sure to tune in. So back to beading. And let's see step 7. Thank you, Corinne. Very last minute, but I'm happy with my choices. Corinne complimented my color choices. So after adding that last half TILA, I'm going to bead to the DELICA that is under a lily flower, that is holding a lily flower. So I bead through round 15 and 2 of the DELICA beads. And now I will connect the DELICA beads that are holding the lilies to the outside holes of the half TILAs so they don't flap around anymore. Oh my God, and Barbara, welcome. She says, first time in years that I could manage to take part and I enjoy it. Hugs, Erika. So happy to see you, Barbara. Thank you for joining. And hi, Christine. Also so nice to see you both. So, I'm adding PRECIOSA BICONE beads in the color Crystal Matte AB. I'm combining them with round 15 seed beads. And when I'm exiting the DELICA under the lily, then I pick up 1 round 15, 1 BICONE, and 2 more round 15s. Now I bead through the outside hole of the closest half TILA. I pull my thread and I pick up the same group but in reverse order. It means that I start by picking up 2 round 15s, 1 PRECIOSA BICONE in 3mm size, and 1 more round 15. And now I bead through the DELICA that is sitting under the next lily. Please note that the motif is a little bit, how you say it, 3D. So I'm showing you the finished one. So this part is slightly pushed under the level of the lily flowers. So I can't make it completely flat, but I pull it tight and the bicones and the seed beads, they will sit under the lily flowers. Oh, Manuela dear, she asks, I'd love a beading kit in your colors. What do you think? Thank you so much for asking, and I would love putting one together, but I think unfortunately we ran out of this color of the lily flowers for now. I'm sorry about that. We had some bead bundles for all the colors that I beaded during this week, but luckily they were super popular. Thank you so much for all your old orders, ladies. So the bundles are gone for now, but the lilies and everything else, they are available. Cynthia, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. And ladies, let me know, please, if this part is okay. I'm now exiting the DELICA under the lily, and I picked up round 15 PRECIOSA and 2 round 15s, and now I'm beading through the outside hole of the next half TILA. And then again, in the opposite order, 2 MIYUKI round seed beads, a PRECIOSA, and 1 more MIYUKI round seed bead. And now I bead through the DELICA that is sitting under the third lily. And again, round 15 Preciosa and 2 more round 15s, and I bead through the half tila. So there are always 2 round 15s next to the half tila, but always only 1 round 15 next to the lily flower. Ladies, are you beading this one, by the way? Or are you working on something else at the moment? I'm curious. And Ginny is here. Oh, Ginny has COVID. I'm so sorry, Ginny. Oh, I hope it will be gone soon and you are okay and your family is okay. And I hope that you have only very, very, very weak symptoms. Oh, Yosin is working on Toscana. So nice. Yosin, what are your colors? I'm curious. Elena is also working on Toscana. Elena, also, I would be curious to know what are your colors. Sue is watching, waiting for beads. Mary says, I am beading this in aqua and yellow, but I made a mistake and I'm trying to catch up. Mary, I'm super curious about aqua and yellow combination. I think that's such a nice, happy combination. Make sure to post it, please. Miriam says, I'm done with my first motif in green and brown. Lily is jadeful AB. I love the motif. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for beading it. Antoinette does the work now. I hope you can bead this later. Yasin is working on a pink combination. Kata is working on something else as her lilies are not with her yet. Kata, I hope you I hope you are also feeling okay and your beads, I'm so happy that your beads reached you today, even if not the lilies yet, but the rest. Nicolene will also bead later. Thank you for joining anyway. Marta says, I'm watching, hope to make the piece this afternoon. I will be using the white lily beads from our last box. All those were also super nice. Jessica says, I'm working on the necklace part of the Art Deco signature jewel. Need to finish this before starting the Tulip Mania. Enjoy working on that. Shona is with pink and gold and white. Ooh, Louisa is working on a turquoise one. That sounds awesome. Everything what's turquoise sounds awesome to me. Facebook user friend, I'm beading my second motif. I did one last night thinking I would make a pair of earrings, and I am behind because it always takes me several tries to bead my thread. No hurry, beads are very patient, so just bead, take it in your comfortable pace. And Robin says, this is the first live tutorial of yours that I have been able to watch, and it's so nice. I have the periwinkle lily beads and will be ordering the rest of the beads soon. I love your designs. Robin, thank you so much for joining and for your kind words. Please make sure to post your picture later so we can all see it. Oh, I hope you will be able to come next time too. Irina says, I'm beading this motif in alabaster, champagne luster, and light amethyst swan. Oh, sounds nice. Corinne says, I'm beading in my imagination since I need the 6mm Montes. All the new colors, right? Leah is beading Toscana. Kata is 100% good. I'm very happy for you, Kata. Joanne will finish later. 4 motifs done! So well done, Joanne. Oh, she was switching the colors of the half tilas. That sounds fun. Cynthia is working on something else. I hope you are also fine, Cynthia. Mariana, I'm working on a workshop project from Joanna Maxence, Yama, because I am not in I am in holiday and not have all the beads yet here. Margaret is watching, and enjoy your holiday, Mariana, by the way. Where are you? Margareta will have beading time tomorrow. For Wanda, it's also her first session, but working on a necklace. Welcome, Wanda. So nice to have new beaders also with us. I'm really happy that you decided to join. We have beaders here with whom we meet nearly every week for already like 2.5 years. It's unbelievable. And it's so beautiful that actually how this became a regular get together. And it's also always so nice to meet some new beaders. Marianne is in France. Enjoy your holiday very much, Marianne. So I finished in the meanwhile. Step 7. I have all the little flaps out of the seed beads, made out of the seed beads, and the 3mm bicones made. And I finished by beading through a DELICA under a lily flower bead. And let's see what do we do in step 7. Jennifer, we'll have to watch later. No worries, Jennifer. Recording stays here forever. So I start step 8 by beading up to the second hole of the MIYUKI half TILA. And I also bead through the first round 15 after the MIYUKI half TILA. I don't bead through the second round 15. I stop after the first one. And now I'm going to add groups of round 15, bugle, MIYUKI slender bugle, round 15, in between this round 15 and the DELICA that is sitting on top of the lily flower. And when I pull my thread, then the bugle, it needs to go under the lily flower slightly. So this is actually what is going to prevent the lily flower from turning around. On the other side, I pick up the same combination, round 15, bugle, round 15, and now I bead through round 15, MIYUKI half TILA, and another round 15. So again, I pull my thread, and when it's tight, then the bugles, they sit under the lily flower, so it can't move around anymore. And this is how I continue all around. Marcy, hi Marcy. She says, I'm beading the TOSCANA bracelet, but I joined the video very late because I'm Facebook challenged. I couldn't find a feed. Hopefully next time I won't have that problem. I'm glad that you made it, Marcy. I hope it will be easier next time. And Arito says, you might laugh, but I had no 6mm for the center, so I'm using a 2-hole honeycomb bead and no flowers, so I'm using cat head pressed beads and scrubs in the place of the flowers. It is working out nicely for an Egyptian feeling. That is so funny, and I'm so happy for you for being so creative and solving the situation, so you can still join and make the jewel and don't miss out. That's wonderful, and make sure to show it to us, please, in the Beading School Club. I'm curious of your Egyptian TOSCANA. Now I am adding the same groups of beads. Now it's easy because I don't have to take care of like adding 1 seed bead or 2 seed beads. I'm always adding one seed bead, then bugle and another seed bead. And I'm always beading through the DELICA sitting on top of the lily. And then after adding another group, I'm beading through round 15, half TILA, and another round 15. So now you can really see how this part of the bicones and the half TILAs, it gets pulled under the level of the lilies. So the lilies will really be in focus. The lilies and of course the 6mm Suwon rhinestone. How is this going, ladies? I'm curious. Please let me know. Natalie also says to Aridel, brilliant improvisation. Indeed. Cats and scarabs and the honeycomb. You made me very curious. And I have just added the last group of round 15 and bugle and round 15. So I have all the beads for the motif that I needed, but I can also bead one more time around without beading. This is how it looks like without beading through the DELICA on top of the lilies to pull the bugles together. So Jessica also says, love that. I'm missing the flower too. That's why I'm not beading it right now. It's such a beautiful bracelet. And Manuela, Belinda, Annie. So ladies, I finished beading my motif. So please let me know if you have any questions. I really hope that you enjoyed today's little workshop. And I'm super curious to see all your motifs, all your jewels, all your work in progress images, all your ideas, how to connect the different motifs, because there are lots of possibilities, not only the bracelet. You can even arrange, oh, I have now 4 pieces, so I can like demo it a little bit. You can arrange the motifs in a V shape. You can put here a 5th element. You can put here a bezeled cabochon, for example. You can make another type of bracelet by connecting the corners instead of the sides. Then you need maybe 5 motifs instead of 6. So that can also help you if you maybe don't have enough lily flowers yet. So there are lots and lots of possibilities for you to personalize this jewel. Sharon, I'm glad that you like it too. Jeannie, Martine, Corinne, thank you so much, ladies. I would like to mention still, I will put back my face. Just a moment. Can you hear me? I hope so. So we still have until Tuesday's coffee time with Erika. We still have an ongoing Preciosa crystal sale, 20% off the price of everything except the cup chain and except the boxes, which already come for a super nice price. So including the Preciosa bicones that you need for this, including the 6mm rhinestones that you need for the middle and everything else that is online. The discount is automatically applied, so it's comfy. You don't need to care about coupon codes and anything. And we have just added many new colors of bicones, of rhinestones, of even some cabochons. Tomorrow there is still a new group coming, a surprise, a new group of novelties from PRECIOSA. So you can go to the bead shop and check out the new stuff by clicking the first image. So it's easy to see. And I hope that you are enjoying International Beading Week and you are having lots of fun while getting inspired by all kinds of flowers from all around the world. I'm thankful to the Beadworkers Guild for organizing and coming with the idea of International Beading Week. And wishing you lots of fun for the rest of the beading week, and see you in the Beading School Club next week. Have a lovely weekend, ladies. Enjoy the company of Susie at the lunch break room tomorrow. Bye bye.